It's rise and shine time. Good morning, Tricia, Sandra, Martin. Old Scotty T. How's everybody this morning? Oh. Yeah, I was reading an article this morning by Yahoo News. Governor Mike Huckabee come out and said that LBGT rights is the biggest threat to Christianity or moral fabric in this country. And he's basically right. He's basically right, guys. You know, just like up there in Fayetteville, Arkansas, they're trying to change damn law to suit the transgenders and stuff up there. It's getting out of hand, guys. You know, I know y'all probably get tired of me talking about this shit. Hell, I get tired talking about this shit. But it's one of the biggest threats out here there is. So it has to be talked about, you know? And yeah, Huckabee catching hell. Yeah, Congress caught hell in 2016 because they quoted Romans chapter 1, verse 32, I believe, where it says these people that indulge in such is worthy of death. Worthy of death. Don't mean you need to go kill them. It just means they're worthy of dying for the shit that they're doing. I didn't say it, you know. The Bible does. I mean, honestly, guys, just like me and Lauren was talking a while ago. This transgenderism is being propped up to be a fad, to be cool, to be the new wave. It's promoted out through society, through Hollywood and stuff. And that's the reason we have it rampant as we do. Society is promoting this shit through Hollywood, music industry, through the damn even the news, the media. You know, guys, it's getting horrible. It really is. It's getting real horrible out here. You don't kill the messenger. That's about right. I mean, guys, it's bad. It really is. You know, I mean, I know uh, what the Constitution says. I do. That's the reason there were so many people against gay marriage. They didn't really care for them having what you call a domestic union or what have you. But they were against them using the term marriage. And why would Christians have a problem with them using the term marriage? Is because marriage is between a woman and a man. You can go and dig out any technical manual that you want, and there's male and female parts. And when you put them together, even in technical manuals, it's called a marriage. Okay? If you're an engineer, you understand this. If you're an auto mechanic, you understand this. It is a biblical term when a male and female comes together. And that's the only reason the LBGT wanted to use that term, is because it is biblical. The domestic partnership or domestic union, that term was never good enough for them. They couldn't. They wanted marriage. Honestly, guys. Like I said, we're in a society of delusional people these days. We are. We're in a society of delusion where we justify anything we want. And we grasp for straws to justify what we want. When we clearly know what we're wanting is not justifiable, but we try to justify it anyway. Yeah. Yeah. Pretty bad. But I'm just saying it is, guys. Well, that's right, Sandra. There you go. Bingo. They want sin free of all and without consequence. Who are they trying to bullshit? Oh, they can come out here and they can bullshit society, maybe, but they're not going to bullshit God when it comes right down to it. That's the one they've got to convince. Not me. Not you. We didn't write the Bible. No, they ain't got to convince me or you. They're going to have to convince the big man at the end of the bullshit. And I don't think it's going to go over so hot. What's next? Two goats and a Chinese girl? It wouldn't surprise me, Martin. I mean, with the way things are going right now, it wouldn't surprise me whatsoever. I mean, I figure it's next. I mean, you look at Islam. You can't have sex with a woman not unless it's to reappropriate children. But you can molest boys, goats, and donkeys in the meantime. I mean, come on. Really? Yeah. Drink camel piss too on the off days. Bad. Just saying it is, it is. And I also read an article that Rebecca Lightcap shared about the Chinese government over there kept 23 million people from traveling for having bad credit scores. 23 million people because of bad credit. Do y'all really understand what they're doing over there with communism in China? If you don't, you really need to go look into it. If you have a bad credit score, it's called a social rating. It's not just credit.
It's like if you don't help somebody across the street.
And they got cameras up. They got cameras up everywhere in these cities with facial recognition, and they're constantly social scoring your ass. That if you know, bump into somebody or whatever, they take away from your social rating.
If you take drugs.
If you do drugs, if you drink alcohol, if you do any of this shit, goes all against your social rating. And guys, I'm not bullshitting you. You need to go look this up. And have you not noticed they're trying to do the same damn thing here in the United States of America with the credit system? They are. If your credit's not that good, if you ain't got a big credit score, you'll pay more interest on a new vehicle. Your car insurance will be higher. What does car insurance have a damn thing to do with credit rating? You either pay the shit, you got coverage, or you don't. But what has insurance got to do with your damn credit score? It ain't got damn thing to do with your credit score. It's just you're using the credit system to make you their bitch, just like China's doing. We're just a long ways behind China, but we're gradually getting there.
They use their cell phone facial recognition to detect you in a crowd. So, like, you could have an app and you could be on the subway and you could decide who you want to talk to and who you don't by their credit score.
Yeah. That's what I'm just saying, guys. We're on the same damn road. We're on the same road. I don't even know what my credit score is, nor do I give a shit.
If you say something against the government or anything like
They
that,
take
on
away
your
your social
media,
credit score.
Yeah.
What I'm saying, guys, it's getting bad here. It's horrible in China. I mean, I know this is science fiction sounding George Orwell 1984, but I want y'all to look this up about China and their social scores and their credit scores. And I want you to see what road that we're on with our credit system over here. It's very horrible. Very scary, guys. Really is. You want to talk about control of the people? That's control of the people. But over there in China, what is China? It's communist China. There you go. China's communist. China is communist, guys. Matter of fact, I'm going to see if I can pull that article up real quick. You don't know where to send it. I'll just pull it up. I'm sure I can. Well, yeah, Facebook has facial recognition already. You're right, Billy Pierce. They're trying to implement the same shit here that they've implemented in China. Right here it is. China banned 23 million people from traveling last year for poor social credit scores. You can be, banned from attending college, traveling, buying a house, simply because you actions you take every day. Like when you buy at the grocery store, if you help someone across the street or not, or talk to police state, talk about the police state. Yeah, they got it all rigged up over there, guys, and this is under Fortune magazine. China's National Public Credit Information on Friday released a report that they stopped 1.75 million people from buying airplane tickets and 5.5 million people from hopping on a train in 2018 because they had low social credit scores. Another 290,000 people were stopped from getting high pay and senior management jobs. 128 couldn't leave the country because they haven't paid taxes, according to Associated Press, which obtained a copy of the report. In 2014, China had been testing out a social credit system that takes points away from people for minor offenses. So, if you don't pay your fines on time, you fail to pay your taxes, you engage in false advertisement, their social credit scores could drop. The Chinese government has called the social credit system an opportunity for its country to run more efficiently and reduce poor behavior. The U.S. its allies, however, said it infringes on people's rights and gives the government too much control. Well, too damn bad, because we're easing that way anyway.
Now think about the role that social media plays in that, with Facebook and Google and everything
There you
else.
go. Yeah, social media is trying to do the same shit.
Well, they're helping them out. They're letting them know who's
Yeah.
saying bad things on the internet or who's doing this. It's all that.
Like I said, guys,
all goes hand in hand.
like I said, we're moving on the same road that China is. It's just like car insurance, for instance. You know what? If I don't pay my damn car insurance, they cancel it. Why in the hell would my credit score have a bearing on how much my car insurance could be? It should be my driving record, not my damn credit score, like it always was. Now, if your credit score is not so great, you pay more interest on everything you buy, so forth and so on. It's a rigged scam. It's a scam. And I see idiots out here, and I mean they're blithering idiots, that will keep themselves in debt just to keep a high credit score. And I'm like, you stupid son of a bitches. Oh, I got to go buy something. I got to keep my... What the fuck? Really? You're going to keep yourself in debt, working long hours, struggling, because you want to keep a high credit score. You are a slave. Worse than that, you're beyond a puppet. You're a fucking robot that's controlled totally. I'm just saying it is this, guys. Why in the hell would anybody want to keep in debt to have to fucking stay on job 60 hours a week because they're afraid their credit score may be getting a little low? Well, I gotta keep my credit score high because I like to be able to go buy this. Do you actually need that shit? No. You want to talk about freedom? That's called people giving up their freedom. But there's people standing in line to do it every day. You know, back, I think it was in 2014 or 2015, you mentioned that there, Wendy. United States Supreme Court deemed that having to have a driver's license is unconstitutional, requiring you to have a driver's license to drive on roads that you're paying taxes on. They're not letting you have access to use those roads for what they are intended to be used for. But you notice you never seen a damn thing about that said. Do you know why? You never seen a damn thing about that said? Think about all the revenue the states would lose if they couldn't use driver's license as a club over your damn head. That's right. Right. For any infraction in this country you do, what's the first thing they do? They suspend your driver's license. Because they know everybody's got to commute back and forth. This country is spread out. People have to drive. That's the first thing they go after. So, if they push the issue about driver's license being unconstitutional, being that you're already paying city, county, and state, and even federal taxes to drive on these highways, that you do not require a license to use these highways for what they're intended on being used for, billions of dollars would be lost in fines and revenue. So they kept that shit hush hush. That's the reason you never heard nothing about it. Now you take somebody like that lives in New York City. They don't give a shit about driving there. You can't drive New York City worth shit anyway. Hell, people take the buses and the trains and whatever. Most people there don't even own vehicles that lives inside the city. Why should they? They're a liability. But us old country folks out here in the states that spread out, we have to drive every damn where we go. And they like to use those driver's licenses as a club over our head. Wow. Trust me. You know how many times I've had to get my damn driver's license back? Matter of fact, I'm 43 years old. And I've spent more time in 43 years without a driver's license than I have had one. I'll tell you that shit right now. Yeah. I just got I went 12, 11 years without driver's license. And I just got them back at the start of this Patriot movement because I knew I was going to have to travel. I was going to have to go a lot of places. So I went and got my driver's license back. Yeah. Because I didn't really give a shit if I had a driver's license or not. This county I live in, I guarantee you, 40% of this county, 40 years and under, does not have a valid driver's license right now. Matter of fact, that asshole that run over my car did not have a driver's license, a valid. And every time a cop pulls one of these people over, he gets to write a damn driving on suspended ticket. And that's just money for the county, money for the state. That's the reason that they love those driver's license. Oh, they do. He said he had insurance, but he had no driver's license. But if you ain't got a valid driver's license and you ain't got the right kind of insurance, it ain't going to pay off anyhow. But regardless, yeah, and the thing about it is, once I got home, I opened my mailbox and there's my damn insurance fucking payment to be due. So, like I said, guys, driver's license is a big club over people's head that lives out in the rural areas. It really is. Yeah, it was a nice car out there that got run over. I bent some of the dent out with a damn 2x6 and a damn hammer. It still looks like shit. But like I said, guys, our country is going on the same path as China. We are. The same path. It won't be long until we'll have social credit ratings over here. Pretty much we already do with Facebook, Twitter. You know, either you're a good boy or you're not a good boy. You know, they lock you down, they suspend your shit, they do this, they do that to you because of your behavior on social media. And and now they keep toughening it up and toughening it up and toughening it up out here on social media. I mean, I see people going 30 days Facebook jail for some of the stupidest shit you ever seen. That they didn't really violate community standards. What they said wasn't hate speech, or what I wouldn't consider hate speech. but Facebook administrators is what's considered hate speech. That society, Mark, operates off social media now. And it does. You can't deny that fact. You can't deny it. That this whole country runs off social media. Most people does their business on social media. So forth and so on. And you either keep your mouth shut and you play by the political correct rules, or they shut your ass down. Just like selling t-shirts on social media. Yeah, me and Lauren, we got some new t-shirts and stuff printed up. We do to sell on social media here. We've got a page just for that. We haven't really put it out there yet. I'm probably going to have 10 accounts hooked to that damn page just to be able to run it. Because I can't come out here and say what needs to be said without continuously going to Facebook jail. Now, guys, like I said, I can come out here and I can regurgitate the damn news. That's all most people does out here. They just regurgitate what the hell Fox News is saying. That's on the right. I'll just tell you that straight up. They just regurgitate it. They sit there and they talk. Basically, I can go around to most of these podcasts, whatever, on Facebook. It's like sitting there watching Fox News because all you're hearing is the same shit that they're saying on Fox News. It's just these guys out here on social media just regurgitating it. They're not being controversial. They're not coming out here giving you any new information. They're not really coming out here giving you any insight on anything that you don't already see all over the damn media. They're not going out here. They're not putting their ass out here in front of opposition. They're not doing any of that shit. Those people never get shut down because they're not controversial. They're not really a threat to social media leftists. They're not. That's the reason they get to keep their pages. That's the reason their pages get so damn big. Is because they're not getting censored because they're not a threat to anybody. Hello, Emerson Isom. Yeah, I know. Don't ever get no damn notifications. Yeah, they censored living shit out of me, guys. Just like right now, I got 50 people watching. Usually, in the morning at this time, I got 80 or 90 watching. Why? It's because they don't want people like me to be heard. They don't. Because I talk about real shit. I'm not just regurgitating what the hell they say on Fox News. I talk about exactly what the hell's going on in this country and how it's affecting us. Something Fox News will never tell you, or any of those other media sites. Did Forbes or Fortune, the article I just read, to y'all about China and their social policies? Did they say that how America is slipping into the same trap as China is? No, and they're not going to. Just like Fox News, they will not report on anything that they cannot tie back to a political opponent. They will not do it. All Fox News is politics, guys, and political opinion. They're not going to come out here and tell you a lot of what's going on. They're not going to report on what a lot's going on if they can't tie it back to a leftist politician. Just like Fox News was not interested in jack shit when it come to Antifa until they decided they could tie Antifa back to Nancy Pelosi. And then, oh my God, here they go. They're all for it then. Oh, yeah. They're all for it. They'll report on Antifa. That's the reason Tucker Carlson got his house basically vandalized and shit. Yeah. But they wasn't interested in Antifa until they could tie it back to Nancy Pelosi. You know, guys, let's look at this shit. All you hear is racism. All you hear is white supremacy. Nobody says nothing about, let's see, Antifa, Redneck Revolt, Revolutionary Abolitionist Movement, Black Lives Matters, the Black Panthers, John Brown Gun Club. Nobody really says shit about them motherfuckers. Now, do they? No. It's all about white supremacy. And all Fox News has sits on there is trying to debunk what the left has to say about white supremacy. They don't never get in any of the leftist groups and the shit that they're really doing. No. It's all damn dog and pony show. And most of your guys out here on social media that does these live videos and podcasts, all they do is regurgitate what the hell Fox News has to say, because that's their number one source of information. So why should you censor them? It's already being broadcast across cable network. Starting to make sense. The only reason Fox News even mentions Omar or any of those others is because they're politicians. Does Fox News go too far to say about no-go zones in America? Not really. Do they? Not unless they can tie it back to Omar or one of those other Muslim politicians. Do they talk much about Sharia law? Not unless one of these Muslim politicians comes out and says something about it. That's my point. Fox News is just as phony as the rest of them when it comes to informing the American people of really what's going on out here. Because everybody wants to stay in the mainstream. Christopher, it ain't just Omar, it's the rest of them. They can do whatever they want to. And actually, the way I look at it is Fox News is just an enabler. They're just enabling this shit to keep continuously going on. Same as CNN or the rest of them. I mean, if somebody does come out and give an opinion about what's going on, like Judge Jeanine, they get suspended for 2 weeks. Or they threaten to lose their job altogether. I've told y'all for years that DC is like a little box, a little square. As long as you stay within that parameter, you can go after anybody you want to go after. But as soon as you go outside that line, they all turn against you. Well, that's right, Sandra. Fox is really no different from the rest. All they are is CNN. It's just propagandizing for the right. CNN propagandized for the left. Fox propagandized for the right. That's all it is. It just happens to be that Fox has been more accurate than CNN has been and been more successful. And you know what? The reason that they have been is because Donald Trump wasn't guilty of all the shit that the Democrats said he was. that all the reports come back, all the investigations came back, that there was no collusion, there was no obstruction. If it wasn't for that right there, Fox News wouldn't have no damn credibility. It's a true story. Fox News is owned by liberals. That's the reason they shit canned Bill O'Reilly. Bill O'Reilly had the #1 news show on cable television. They got rid of Bill O'Reilly's ass. They tried to get rid of Sean Hannity. It didn't work, but they tried like hell to. Matter of fact, that's the same way they got rid of Lou Dobbs. But CNN did back in like 2008. They shit canned Lou Dobbs. So Lou Dobbs is actually reporting on something they didn't want to be reported on. That's called illegal immigration. And that's the reason Facebook censors the hell out of me. That's the reason most of y'all ain't getting notifications when I'm live anymore. Well, I agree, Sandra. OAN, but no, they don't. A lot of these media networks, they don't take sides. You're correct. They don't any whatsoever. I mean, you ain't supposed to be media, but they all do. Every damn one of them does. Fox News takes sides. CNN takes sides. MSN takes sides. There's not no real straight up reporting hardly on the news anymore. Everybody's biased either one way or the other. We all know that. You know? Yeah, I'm giving you opinion. I am on what's going on with the news. But I'm giving you straight opinion, not just political opinion. And that's something Fox News ain't going to do. Just like Governor Mike Huckabee come out. As a matter of fact, I think I shared that article. I just read some of it to you. That, yeah, the LBGTQ rights is the biggest attack on Christianity that there is. It's out to destroy the moral fabric of this country. That's the truth. That is the truth, no matter how you do the math. You know, I don't really care if what I got to say is real popular or not, but I'm going to speak the truth about it. And it's correct. Guys, when we lose our moral fabric to this country, we'll be just like China. Yeah, we're already headed that way. Totally are. What did I think about it, Governor Asa Hutchinson? He's just a damn liberal running on a Republican ticket. Saying it as it is. I ain't really crazy about the guy. Don't really like. I just really don't really like him a whole lot. I mean, he has done some good things. He has done some not so great things. But he's only got, this is his last term as governor. And we got to put somebody in there that's going to be an actual Republican, not a damn waffling ass Democrat that runs as a Republican. Well, that's right, Wendy Joe. That's right. Like I said, guys, when the moral fabric gets tore out of our country, we won't have a country. I don't give two shits what any of these fucking liberals out here has to say. When Christianity is tore out of this country, and that's what they're working on doing right now, we will not have a country. We'll have a communist country, just the same as China has. And you either like that or you don't. I really don't give a shit. And these backsliding ass Christians, so-called Christians out here, that's all for this shit, and they're just happy-go-lucky. They're going to be the cause of it. You know, it's just like this right here. If you go back to Paul Harvey, I was the devil back in the 60s. I think it was the 60s. Right. Guys, totally right about how this country is going. Totally right. A lot of people don't realize that Paul Harvey come up with that umpteen years ago, but he did. There we go. I'm gonna play If I Was the Devil for you. 1964. I want y'all to listen to this. Guys, I want y'all to listen to this when it comes on here. And you tell me this ain't what's going on. And Paul Harvey wrote this back in 1964. Make sure my volume's up. If I were the devil. If I were the devil. If I were the prince of darkness, I'd want to engulf the whole world in darkness. And I'd have a third of its real estate and 4/5 of its population, but I wouldn't be happy until I had seized the ripest apple on the tree. So I'd set about, however necessary, to take over the United States. I'd subvert the churches first. I'd begin with a campaign of whispers. With the wisdom of the serpent, I would whisper to you as I whispered to Eve, do as you please. To the young, I would whisper that the Bible is a myth. I would convince them that man created God instead of the other way around. I would confide that what's bad is good and what's good is square. And the old I would teach to pray after me, Our Father,
premature exciting so that anything else would appear dull and uninteresting. I'd threaten TV with dirtier movies and vice versa. I'd peddle narcotics to whom I could. I'd sell alcohol to ladies and gentlemen of distinction. I'd tranquilize the rest with pills. If I were the devil, I'd soon have families at war with themselves, churches at war with themselves, and nations at war with themselves, until each in its turn was consumed. And with promises of higher ratings, I'd have mesmerizing media fanning the flame. If I were the devil, I would encourage schools to refine young intellects, but neglect to discipline emotions. Just let those run wild. Until before you knew it, you'd have to have drug-sniffing dogs and metal detectors at every schoolhouse door. Within a decade, I'd have prisons overflowing. I'd have judges promoting pornography. Soon I could evict God from the courthouse, then from the schoolhouse, and then from the houses of Congress. And in his own churches, I would substitute psychology for religion and deify science. I would lure priests and pastors into misusing boys and girls and church money. If I were the devil, I'd make the symbol of Easter an egg and the symbol of Christmas a bottle. If I were the devil, I'd take from those who have and give to those who want it until I had killed the incentive of the ambitious. What'll you bet? I couldn't get whole states to promote gambling as the way to get rich.
Doing that now.
I would caution against extremes in hard work, in patriotism, in moral conduct. I would convince the young that marriage is old-fashioned, that swinging is more fun, that what you see on TV is the way to be. And thus I could undress you in public, and I could lure you into bed with diseases for which there is no cure. In other words, if I were the devil, I'd just keep right on doing what he's doing. Paul Harvey. Good day.
That was back in 1964, guys. 1964. That man had it down pat, and that's what you see going on today. Yes, that's exactly what's going on today. He hit it spot on.
What was going on then?
And it was going on then, but not at the rate it's going on now. It's just people back then could see how shit was going with media, television, music. And they just progressed it farther. And we've been seeing that go on for years. It's just most people hasn't really set up and really realized that's what's going on out here. And that's the reason the left is wanting to tear all the moral fabric out of this country, because they are the devil. They are of the devil. It's not so much the government, guys. The government, and most of y'all don't grip the concept. Yeah, you got evil people in government, but they're told to be evil by their constituents. It's the people out here that controls how they go. Matter of fact, for example, back in 2008, Joe Biden, have y'all not seen this clip? Matter of fact, it was on Tucker Carlson. No, most of y'all watch him. He was talking about illegal aliens and shutting the borders and all this other shit back in 2008. You know why? Because that was what was popular with the people out here. Him being old Joe the Democrat. Hey, he was just doing what people was wanting. Now, you got all these other people out here that's want open borders, want amnesty, want all this other shit. He done a 360 from 2008. He went totally the other way. Why? Because he serves the people. Public opinion changed. Joe changed with public opinion to the people he's wanting to vote for him. Do you not see that? So that goes to show you right there, government is not your problem. It's the damn people. It is public opinion out here. It's your problem. Where does public opinion come from? It comes from the citizen. That's why the country's in the shape it's in. It's because they're out here telling these politicians that they want this shit. These politicians are following suit. Yes, Hollywood is nothing but evil. Hollywood controls the government. Does. All Hollywood's got to do is program the people, and the people will program the politicians. And that's what's going on. I think people out here, they just ain't really figured out where the real problem lays. It's not necessarily the government, it's part of the problem, but it's being fueled by the people. Yes, government is being fueled by the people. Why is it being fueled by the people? It's because the people are telling the politicians what damn laws they want passed and what they want implemented. And they're going up there and they're doing it. It just happens to be that there's more people on the left wanting shit done is raising more hell than the ones on the right. There you go. That's the real problem. It comes right back to the people. Okay? The people in this country are freaking evil. Yes, they are. It's because just like you listened to Paul Harvey a while ago speak, if I was the devil, they've been indoctrinated by the devil for so long that they've become the devil themselves. And that's the reason they're wanting to rip God completely out of society. Because they become the devil themselves. Through Hollywood, through social media, through all this. They have totally lost every piece of morals they have. To where now they try to bring homosexuality into churches and try to justify it by God's word. They are the devil themselves. Well, guys, I got to hop off of here. Get a phone call from my son. See what he wants. So we'll catch y'all later. Y'all have a good morning. Think about what I said. We'll catch y'all later.